What's going on, y'all? BBQ Dropout here yet again. If you want the written version, head on over to bbqdropout.com. So if you're wondering how long you should be roasting your brisket in a foil for, then you should probably budget anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours personally. And you have to kind of ask yourself, like, what are your goals when smoking a brisket? So my goals personally, get the brisket done through the smoking process as quick as possible. You can do that by cooking hot and fast. Above 300 degrees Fahrenheit, it's going to come up just as good, if not better, than a still cooking. So once you do that, then you obviously want to rest the brisket. So you want to pull the brisket off the smoker once it reaches 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and when it probes tender, so you can stick like a toothpick inside of it like a stick of butter. So once that happens, you want to rest the brisket. And there's different ways to rest it, but for this instance in particular, if you want to rest it within foil, more than welcome to. So let's say you pull the brisket off, everything's going good. Well, if you were to just kind of slice directly into the brisket, all that, like the thing's literally 200 degrees hot inside, so all that moisture is just going to evaporate. So let's say you want to wrap the brisket, just let it sit there, let all the moisture come down and the internal temperature to come down. Well, in terms of like how long that should take, it really just kind of depends, because if you just wrap it in foil and put it on the counter, then you don't really want to try to go for a specific timeline. I personally try to rest it as long as I can. So I try to do it from like 3 to 6 hours worth of resting time. And if you just put it on the counter, then it's going to more than likely get cold pretty quick. But what you want to do is grab your thermometer, put it in like to the same place you were just kind of prepping it at before you pull it off the smoker. Put that bad boy in there, and once the internal temperature goes from 200 all the way down to like 165, then that's when you can kind of unwrap it and begin serving. So if you're asking like how long that whole process takes, I can't really give you an answer, but just know you should probably be budgeting anywhere from like 3 to 6 hours just to kind of play it safe, because if you start prepping around other areas of the brisket, just like when it was coming up, other areas are going to be done quicker than the thickest part or in the center. So that's why you want to try and prep it in the center, the thickest part, and then just don't really worry about the time, but just let the internal temperature come all the way down to like 165. And then once that happens, then you're more than likely probably pretty safe. The moisture isn't going to evaporate. So anyways, I'll catch y'all on the next one.